Hey YouTube, welcome back to Cassandra's Kitchen, where I eat to live and not live to eat. Today I'm going to be making some black-eyed pea gumbo. So if you're interested in seeing how I make my gumbo, stay tuned and I'll show you. Alright guys, so I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas. So it's that time of year, it's New Year's, so most people bring in the New Year's eating black-eyed peas. Don't know if it brings good luck or not, but I love black-eyed peas. Some people say that. I'm not superstitious, so I don't believe that. I just believe that I'm going to be favored in 2022 regardless. So, but I do want to come on and make some black-eyed peas because I love black-eyed peas, and it's just, we always have black-eyed peas for the New Year. So, this is what we're going to need. You're going to need black-eyed peas. I'm using the Camellia brand black-eyed peas. I don't know if y'all can see that. These are non-GMO black-eyed peas. So they're 1 pound bags. So I'm going to do a couple pounds of beans or peas. And I'm going to be using some brown jasmine rice for my rice base. Now, I'm not cooking my rice with my peas. I'm going to cook this in my rice cooker because I want to get a nice fluffy rice, and I'm going to put them in a bowl and pour the gumbo on top of it. So what we're going to need, we're going to need our peas. I'm going to be using some portobello mushrooms. I'm going to dice up some portobello mushrooms. I got some peppers. I'm using red and green bell pepper, yellow Vidalia onion. I got a little serrano peppers for some heat. Got some celery, some carrots, and we're going to be using some field roast sausage. I like the field roast. This is the smoked apple and sage brand. I really like this brand. I'm going to be using that for my meat. And then I'm going to be using, to season, the Better Than Bouillon garlic base. I'm actually going to use a couple of garlic cloves. I haven't pulled those out of the refrigerator yet. So, but what I'm going to do, because I usually can do everything in one pot, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to overcook my veggies. It don't take too long to cook the peas. So they've already been cleaned and they're ready. I'm going to just cook the peas with some seasoning in my pot. When they get ready, then I'm going to saute. What I'm going to do, I'm going to saute my veggies along with my sausage and just put that in so that I don't overcook those. So that way I can put all that in my pot. And I'm going to have my rice cooking in the rice cooker. Now, like I said, you can do all this in a one pot if you choose to do so. You can just start off sauteing your veggies, put your peas and all your seasonings in there, let it cook for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes or so, let it simmer, and then you can pour it over your rice as well. So it's up to you, but I'm doing mine this way. And then I got some diced tomatoes I'm going to put down in there as well. I didn't show you that. And I said the garlic. So, but what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get my peas or beans started. So come over here to the stove. I'm going to show you how I'm going to season those, and we'll go from there. All right, so here's my peas. They're washed and cleaned. I was going to do these in my Instapot, but I figured not everybody has an Instapot, and I try to do stuff that, you know, people who don't have some of the other kitchen gadgets, they can do it as well. Turn my pot on. And so I have my water. So this is 12 cups of water. Might not need that much. Let me see. That's about 10. Because these got cooked down. So yeah. So that's about, because that's a little bit less than a cup. So that's about 10 cups of water. And then we're going to put about 3 or 2 big scoops of the Better Than Bouillon broth. And I'm going to taste it just to make sure it's got the right amount of flavor in my broth. Because we got to make sure that we have that flavor going on. We don't want no bland food not up in here. So make sure it tastes good. I'm going to add one more. Rinse my spoon. Double dip. So that's three heaping tablespoons of the broth that we're going to put in there. And we're going to add more seasonings as we start putting in the veggies. So this is just to get our peas or our beans started. I love to cook with my chopped dehydrated onions. So I'll probably put about a good 2 tablespoons of onions in there. If I was to guess, put those there down in there. And I'm going to sprinkle a little smoked paprika in here. Like I said, y'all can season to your own likings. I usually don't measure a lot. I just kind of cook, which my daughter gets on me sometimes. She's like, Mom, what'd you do? I need the exact measurements. That's why I put the water in there, so I can measure how much water I put in my beans, because she gets on me. I want the exact measurements. I'm like, okay. So then I'm going to put just a little bit of pepper. I'll do it on this side. Just a little black pepper in there. Not a lot. And let's give this another stir. And what we're going to do, we're going to bring this to a boil. We want to get a good rolling boil on these for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to turn them down, let them simmer. And then we're going to go ahead and work on our veggies and our sausage. And what we're also going to do while this is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and put my rice in my rice cooker. So cook your rice. Again, I'm cooking my rice, and how I cook my rice, I'm going to also put just a little bit of the better than bouillon in my rice to flavor it. I'm going to also put a little bit of onions in my rice. I like cooking it with my rice and beans. Probably just a little bit of garlic, and let that cook in my rice cooker for the time per the measured rice measures I use. And then I'll come back and let you guys see how I work on the veggies and the sausage. So this is all you do. Like I said, get them turned up, get them a good boil, cover them, let them simmer until they're good and tender. We don't want to overcook them because we're going to put everything in here and let them kind of simmer together. So that's where I'm at so far. And so just to give you a visual on the rice before I cook it, because I just feel like it's necessary, I just put 4 cups of rice in here, wash my rice, and per my rice measure, it goes to 6 cups of water. The only thing I put in here was 1 tablespoon of the broth, a sprinkle of onion. I put in a dash of smoked paprika and a dash of garlic, and that's all I put into the rice there. So, and it's gonna cook in my rice cooker according to my booklet. It should cook for 35 to 37 minutes. So we should have a nice fluffy rice for our gumbo. So just wanted to share that with you guys as well. Okay, so now we got all of our veggies cut up, and we got quite a bit here going on. So we have our carrots, about 1.5 cups, almost 2 cups. It was almost 2 cups of carrots. I was just a little shy. I didn't want to cut no more. 2 cups of bell peppers, assorted bell peppers, whole onion, 2 cups of celery. I took 6 nice sized baby bellas, cut those up. 3 serrano peppers. I de-seeded those. And a little bit of garlic. We have 3 cloves of garlic. So we're just going to give this in some olive oil. I got some olive oil in my pan here. We're just going to let this simmer or let this saute for about 2 or 3 minutes. You know, not long. There's a lot of vegetables in here. So no more than 5 minutes or so. We don't want to overcook them. We just want to kind of saute and season. And then we're going to pour this down in our beans. My beans, I let them cook so far for 20 minutes on a high boil. Then I turned them down. They've been simmering for about 30 minutes now. And there was just enough time to also get my rice done. Chopped up my sausage. We're going to do the sausage after we take this out of the pot. We'll get our sausage down in here. So we just want to kind of give this a little saute. Just to kind of, before we put them in our beans. And we want to season this generously. So I'm going to be seasoning this with some garlic. I got the granulated garlic. I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of the granulated garlic on here. And for my sodium, I'm using my Spike. I just put it in a different container because it comes in a box. But this is my Spike seasoning. 1, 2, I think I'm going to put 3 of these, 3 teaspoons of Spike on here. And then we're going to use our Cajun seasoning. Put a couple of these just to give it some heat. But we already got those serrano peppers down in there. And if we need more, we'll put more in. It's going to put 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And then we want to get our smoked paprika in here. I'm just going to sprinkle that in. We probably put a good couple of teaspoons of this as well. And like I said, we can always season more if we need to. But this is just to flavorize our veggies as they're cooking. We're just going to give this a nice little saute for about 5 minutes just to cook it down just slightly, not overcook it, because we're going to put it into our beans as well. And it's going to simmer the rest of the way with our beans. So, but this is what I'm doing so far. Once this cooks down, I'll come back on and show you once we transport it over into our beans. And then we're going to brown our sausage in this same skillet. We don't have to clean that out. We're just going to throw our sausage right in here, let them brown. And then we're going to put those in there with our beans as well. And then we're just going to let everything just continue to slow cook and simmer. And then our rice turned out really nice and fluffy. I'll let you guys see that here in a moment. But I cooked it in my rice cooker for about 35 minutes and it was perfect. I love using the rice cooker because I don't mess up my rice anymore. So, but we're going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes and then we'll transport it over. But I'll be right back. All right, so here we have it, guys. So see, it just cooked about 5 minutes. Got all those seasonings in there. So what I'm going to do now is put it into our peas over here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but our peas are doing really good. And we might just need to bring you over just a little bit closer. We might just need to add a little more water in here. But our peas are good. They're not overcooked. So as this kind of simmers together, but we will need to put just a little bit more water in there. But we'll do that after we get our vegetables in here. So, get that down in here. Want all my seasonings out of my pot. So bear with me a moment while I get all this delicious goodness out of the pot here. We want all of our seasoning in there. Okay. All right. Let me move this out of the way. All right, so we're gonna just stir. Drop a little bit on the back side here. Let me get all my little stuff up. Get this stirred in our peas real nicely. See, it's gonna be real hearty, so we do need to add more liquid so this can continue to cook and simmer. We're gonna go ahead and put in our diced tomatoes. Get those in there. Actually, I don't know why I took my pot over there. I'm gonna need to put my sausage in. So, and I just said that, right? Y'all know I be saying the most and doing the most sometimes. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and just put this back over here. Alrighty. So what I'm gonna do, because this is gonna be too thick, we want to let it simmer. I got a couple more cups of water here. I'm not gonna put it all probably, but let me see. We don't want it too runny, but at the same time, we don't want it too thick. So yeah, I think I will go ahead and use both of those cups of water. And we're just gonna let this slow simmer. But what I'm gonna do now, because I had to add more water, I'm going to add another scoop of my bouillon base. Okay. And then you want to taste it to make sure you have enough of your Cajun seasoning in here. And as this simmers, you're going to get more of that flavor to come together anyway. But I'm going to take a little taste here. That flavor is delicious. But this is a gumbo. I'm gonna add just another teaspoon of my cayenne. Not cayenne, my Cajun seasoning. Thank you. So I'm gonna go ahead and add another teaspoon of my cayenne. I keep saying cayenne, my Cajun. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cook my sausage. So I'm gonna turn my skillet back on, and I'm gonna put just a tad bit of grapeseed oil on there. And let me see where I'm going. And then I'm gonna get my sausage down in here. Then this is how I cut my sausage. Like this. So this was 2 packs of the field roast sausage. We're gonna get these in here, and we're just gonna let these brown a little bit, and then once these brown, we're gonna get this also added into our pot. And then we're just gonna let that simmer for about another 30 minutes or so. And it don't take long to cook your peas. You don't want them mushy. But we're gonna let this cook, and then we let it simmer for about another 20 minutes just to add all them flavors together. And then your gumbo is going to be pretty much ready. And like I said, I've already got the rice, but I'm not putting the rice in there. We're gonna keep the rice on the side. I know some people like to add their rice to their pot. I want to keep my rice separate, and that way I can just pour it over my rice when it's time to eat, instead of having it all in one pot together. But I'm gonna go show you guys what the rice looks like also. But again, got a nice soupy substance here, and once we get that meat in there, that's just gonna make it even more great. So I'm gonna show y'all the rice over here, so come on around here. All right, so this is our rice. We got a nice fluffy brown rice. I would suggest, if you're using the rice cooker, once it's done, take the lid off so it don't overcook, or even I'm gonna transport this over into a glass dish so that way it don't continue to heat in this pot. But yeah, this is the rice. It's got really good flavor because I put a little bit, again, that better than bouillon for broth with the water. I added a little garlic, smoked paprika, and some of the dehydrated onions. So that's our rice. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this taken out of here. But we're gonna finish up on our sausage, and we'll get everything together so you guys can see what the end results look like. All right, so this is our sausage. We pretty much just browned them on, a couple minutes on each side. And so they're about ready to come out. Like, again, I just put just a little bit of oil down in here. But we want to make sure they're kind of brown before we put them in our pot. And so since most of them are, I'm going to go ahead and start taking these out. They're browned on both sides. You guys can see that. And start putting them in our pot over here. So you can do it without tearing them up. That's why I like to cut them kind of thick, so they stay intact. But I'm not going to use this any longer. Let me see. Excuse me, I'm hitting the camera. Yeah. Alright. Alright. That's our sausage. Go ahead and get them in. Okay. Get over here. Yours probably won't stick like mine did if you clean out your pot. It's just I didn't clean my pot with my vegetables, but it's all good. Okay. All right. So let's get this stirred in here now. I don't know if you guys can see this good or not. But this is what our gumbo is looking like. So we're just gonna let this simmer. I got it, see, on low. Just gonna let these flavors just kind of rest and marinate together. Keep the lid on there. We're gonna get that over our rice. And see how simple and easy that was? Quick, easy gumbo with the black-eyed peas. So just stay tuned and I'll let you guys see what it tastes like. All right, final results. Here is our pot of gumbo. It's nice and hearty. And then we have our brown fluffy rice. And so now we're gonna put these two together in a bowl and I'm gonna let you guys see what it tastes like. So come on over. All right, guys, we are done. That was quick and easy. Well, maybe not so quick, but it's not hard. It's just cutting up everything was the hardest part. I didn't let y'all see that part. So, but here it is. I put it in the bowl with some rice. So the nice hearty gumbo with some rice down in there. So this is really good, but I'm gonna let someone else be the judge of that. So, Mr. Coleman.
Yes.
Can I have your assistance, please?
Yes, you may.
Come on over here, sir.
All right, y'all.
I want you to see what this gumbo tastes like.
Okay.
Black-eyed pea gumbo.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So you let me know it's still a little warm. So don't scorch your tongue.
Y'all. Vegan gumbo.
Father, bless that food in Jesus' name. Amen.
Trying to get a little bit of everything on this spoon.
With everything?
Yeah, try to get all the flavors. Not bad. It's really good, y'all.
I told you it's a little hot.
I'm gonna tell you like this. It's the first time I ever had vegan gumbo. This right here is really, really good. It really is good, y'all. I mean, first time I ever had black-eyed peas and gumbo. This is truly, truly a different dish that I have ever seen in my life. But you won't be disappointed in the flavor. The flavor, the sausage and stuff that's in here, y'all. I'm telling y'all, good God Almighty, y'all. It's really good. You won't be disappointed. All the celery and carrots and onions and rice and sausage and tomatoes and stuff she put in there. It's really good. It's a great combination. Great job.
Thank you.
All right.
So we don't want to make boring black-eyed peas.
And it's very hearty too. The flavor is very hearty.
Let me get down on it. Get down on it.
Yeah, it's pretty good, baby.
Get down on it. Okay.
Get down on it.
All right, let me see what this is like.
All right.
I'm sorry. I don't want to scorch my tongue.
It's kind of warm.
I want to enjoy my food. I always give you hot food, don't I?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because I be coming straight off the press. Be like, baby, you want to take? Come on, honey. It's time to do the taste test. I love him.
Pretty good, huh? With them black-eyed peas in there.
It's like it seemed like you had a piece of ham hock in it. Kind of got that smoky taste with the smoked paprika and all that.
Good.
Y'all, after this shit, for a day, this is what it is. That's good.
Bite of that, y'all.
You want another bite?
Yeah.
Man, now that's really good.
It's pretty good, really good. It really is.
That's really good. And the rice was cooked perfect, wasn't it?
Because it's very hearty.
Very hearty. That thing's going off. All right, guys. Well, here you have it. Our vegan black-eyed pea gumbo. So if you like it and you try it, you know what to do.
Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up.
And of course,
share, you guys.
Share the video.
Yes.
And if you haven't already subscribed to Cassandra's Kitchen,
subscribe.
So we thank you and happy New Year.
Yes, happy New Year
to you and
guys.
your family.
Yes.
I pray for peace,
yes,
blessings, prosperity,
yes,
health, and wealth for you and your family in 2022.
Yes.
So there's no lack, there's no want, there's no need. The windows of heaven are opened up on you and your family, and God's going to pour you out a blessing that you don't have room enough to receive. So again, Happy New Year
Happy
from
New Year,
our
you
house
guys.
to yours. We love you guys. Until next time, bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now. Be safe.
Be safe.